Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, your daily dose of what's happening around the world. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. As the sun rose over Manila, the city's usual morning chaos was suddenly interrupted. The air was thick with anticipation as a single, electrifying headline swept through the city. News alerts flashed across every screen, phones, televisions, and computers, announcing a $15 billion investment deal. This wasn't just another loan or aid package but a true partnership that promised to reshape the nation's future. The United Arab Emirates, known worldwide as a global energy powerhouse, was placing a massive bet on the Philippines. In an instant, hope swept across the nation, igniting a sense of possibility that hadn't been felt in years. Coffee shops fell silent, offices paused mid-task, and people crowded around screens everywhere, stunned by the sheer scale and significance of the news. For years, Filipinos had endured brownouts, unreliable power, and soaring electricity bills. Now, it seemed, a long-awaited lifeline had finally arrived. This was more than just money, it was a powerful vote of confidence in the country's future, a signal that the world was watching and believing in the Philippines. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. had quietly built trust with UAE leaders, presenting the Philippines not as a nation in need, but as a nation brimming with potential and ambition. He showcased the country's strategic location, its highly skilled workforce, and vast, untapped renewable resources, painting a vision of a brighter, greener future. The UAE saw not just opportunity, but a leader and a people they could trust to deliver on bold promises. This was the birth of a powerful alliance, a partnership that went far beyond a simple transaction. As the initial shock faded, excitement and pride took hold. The Philippines was stepping onto the world stage as a serious player in the global green economy. The investment was targeted at building a new, modern energy infrastructure, massive solar farms, rows of wind turbines, and a state-of-the-art power grid that would finally bring reliable electricity to millions. It promised a sustainable, cleaner future for the next generation, one where children could dream bigger and families could thrive. On that day, the nation's story changed forever, from a tale of struggle and scarcity to one of unprecedented opportunity and hope. The world watched in real time as the Philippines seized its moment, capturing headlines and inspiring millions beyond its borders. The narrative was no longer about what the country lacked, but about what it could become, a beacon of innovation and resilience. The promise was clear. A new era was beginning, filled with hope, ambition, and the determination to succeed. For millions of Filipinos, hope had never felt so real, so tangible, and so close at hand. The Philippines was ready to leap forward into a future it would help shape not just for itself, but for the world to see. The partnership marked the dawn of the Philippine Green Revolution, a turning point in the nation's history. After decades of dependence on imported fossil fuels, the country was finally charting a bold new course towards sustainability and self-reliance. The $15 billion investment would harness the nation's greatest natural assets, its abundant sun and powerful winds, unlocking a new era of clean energy. Massive solar and wind farms would rise from Luzon to Mindanao, transforming not just the landscape but also the economy and the lives of millions of Filipinos. These projects would generate not just electricity but also national pride and a renewed sense of hope for the future. Imagine fields of solar panels gleaming under the tropical sun, and wind turbines spinning gracefully along the coasts, capturing the energy of the breeze. This was true energy independence, power drawn directly from nature, for the people, by the people. The shift was about more than just power. It was about changing mindsets, inspiring communities, and uniting the nation around a shared vision. The Philippines, rich in biodiversity but vulnerable to the threats of climate change, was taking a bold stand for its future generations. By embracing renewables, the nation was not only healing the planet, but also securing its own destiny and protecting its people. The impact would be felt everywhere. Cleaner air, more stable energy, and a new generation inspired to dream bigger and lead the way. Young engineers and scientists would become the architects of this green future, driving innovation and progress for years to come. This was more than just infrastructure. It was a movement, building a brighter, cleaner, and more prosperous Philippines for all. The revolution had truly begun, and its promise was limitless. The deal's impact would be immediate and personal, reaching into the daily lives of millions of Filipinos across the country. Tens of thousands of new jobs would be created, engineers, technicians, construction workers, and more. These opportunities would open doors for young professionals and skilled workers alike, providing stable employment and new career paths. This was the birth of a permanent, thriving industry, one that would continue to grow and innovate for generations to come. Clean energy meant cleaner air, especially in cities long plagued by pollution. The difference would be visible: clearer skies, fresher air, and a healthier environment for everyone. Families could look forward to healthier lives and fewer respiratory illnesses. Children would be able to play outside without worry, and parents could breathe easier knowing their loved ones were safer. The environment would benefit: cleaner rivers, healthier forests, and a more stable climate. Wildlife would thrive, and natural beauty would be preserved for future generations. But perhaps most exciting was the promise of lower, more stable electricity bills. Households would finally see relief from unpredictable costs. The sun and wind are free. Once the infrastructure is built, costs drop dramatically. This means long-term savings for everyone, from families to businesses. Families would have more money for essentials, and small businesses could finally thrive. Local economies would grow stronger, supporting vibrant communities. Reliable power meant students could study at night, hospitals could operate without interruption, and factories could run efficiently. No more blackouts or uncertainty, just dependable energy. This was empowerment, giving every Filipino the power to build a better life, pursue dreams, and shape their own future. The backbone of a modern economy was being delivered, supporting progress and prosperity for all. The partnership was more than a deal. It was a promise to every citizen, a commitment to shared growth, opportunity, and a better tomorrow. The future was brighter, cleaner, and more affordable. Every sunrise would bring new hope and possibility. The benefits would touch every home, every family, and every community, creating a legacy of progress for the Philippines. The investment wasn't just about new power plants. It was about a smarter, stronger grid. The current system was aging and unreliable. That was about to change. A state-of-the-art smart grid would use sensors, automation, and AI to manage electricity flow. Blackouts would become rare, as the grid could instantly reroute power during outages. This reliability would transform the economy, keeping industries and hospitals running no matter what. The smart grid would also integrate renewables, balancing solar and wind with large-scale battery storage. Clean energy would be available around the clock. The Philippines would leapfrog outdated technology, becoming a model for developing nations. The grid of the future was about resilience, connection, and national progress. The UAE's decision to invest was strategic and rooted in trust. The Philippines offered immense renewable potential: abundant sun, strong winds, and vast coastlines. But resources weren't enough. Leadership mattered. President Marcos Jr. and his team presented a clear, stable vision and a commitment to good governance. The UAE saw a partner ready for the future, not just a project. Both nations shared a vision: diversify, innovate, and prepare for a post-oil world. The partnership was a win-win. The UAE gained a foothold in Asia's rising economy, and the Philippines gained capital and expertise. The deal sent a message: the Philippines was open for business and ready for global investment. Old narratives were shattered. The country was now seen as a confident, forward-looking partner. The world took notice. The trust was contagious, building momentum for more investment. The Philippines was underestimated no more. A new story was being written. This deal was the cornerstone of a grand national strategy: true energy independence. By developing renewables, the Philippines could finally break free from costly imported fuels. Money once spent on foreign oil would now stay home, strengthening the economy. Reliable, affordable energy would attract manufacturers, boost exports, and create high-value jobs. The country could become a regional hub for green technology, sparking innovation and employment. The smart grid would reach even the most remote communities, bringing electricity and opportunity to all. This was inclusive growth, lifting the entire nation. By controlling its energy future, the Philippines was taking control of its destiny. The plan was about more than economics. It was about national pride and resilience. A legacy of progress was being built for generations. The partnership would unleash cutting-edge technology across the country. Utility-scale solar farms would harness the nation's abundant sunlight, powering entire cities. Modern wind turbines, both onshore and offshore, would capture energy from the coasts and mountains. By combining solar and wind, the Philippines would ensure a stable, round-the-clock energy supply. The secret massive battery storage systems, storing excess energy for use when needed. The smart grid would orchestrate it all, balancing supply and demand in real time. Not a single watt would be wasted. This was a symphony of technology, powering the nation's future. The Philippines was set to become a leader in clean energy innovation. The foundation for a sustainable tomorrow was being laid. Remarkably, this $15 billion deal wasn't a loan. It was a direct investment. The Philippines would modernize without burdening future generations with debt. Projects would be joint ventures, sharing risks and rewards. Investors would earn returns from clean electricity sales, while Filipinos would enjoy lower, stable prices. Lower energy costs would boost family budgets and business growth. The ripple effect: more jobs, more innovation, and a stronger economy. Universities would train a new workforce for the green sector. This was economic freedom, prosperity without the chains of debt. The country would become more dynamic, resilient, and self-sufficient. The benefits would be felt for decades. The Philippines was building a future on its own terms. This partnership sparked more than economic change. It ignited national unity and hope. Across the country, Filipinos felt a shared sense of pride and possibility. The deal validated the nation's potential and inspired a can-do spirit. It was a call to action. Government, business, and citizens all had a role to play. The Green Revolution's success would depend on collective effort and shared responsibility. The future was something to build together, not just wait for. As a new era dawned, optimism and gratitude filled the air. The Philippines was ready to shine as a beacon of sustainability and progress. The journey ahead was bright, and the nation would walk it together. A new chapter had begun, powered by unity and hope.